everyone, I'm Kat, and I was asked today about some exercises that could help someone with low back pain and scoliosis. So thought I would just do a little video, might make it easier, and there'll probably be a lot of people out there that might benefit from doing that. So the main thing when we have back concerns and issues is to listen to your body. You know your body better than anyone. And if something doesn't feel right, then don't do it. But we're just going to start with nice, easy heart circles. So kind of checking in, seeing how tight your back may feel or not. Make that circle as big as you can, letting your chest lead the way. And reverse your circle. So a lot of times we start our classes like this, and it really is just a way to see how tight our back may feel or not each day, and that kind of helps guide us through our yoga practice that day. Because remember, every day can be different. One day you may be able to do a full forward fold, and the next day you may not be able to, and that's okay. One more time, come back around, drop your arms out forward. So we want to keep our back nice and flat. So we're hinging from our hips, keeping our back flat. If this is as flat as it gets for you, or if here is where you need to be, stay there. If you're comfortable walking on over, as long as you can keep that back flat. So staying wherever it feels comfortable for you. And again, doing another one of those little check-ins to see how your back feels. Come on up, same thing, but just switch your legs. So nice, easy heart circles. We're only going to go 4 each way. Now it always feels very different and weird to me when I put that other leg in front. It just feels wrong. Now reverse that circle. And one more time around. And good. Reaching out, see where it feels comfortable. You may not be able to go as low on one side as you did the other. Pulling your shoulders back and down, keeping your belly engaged. A lot of times when we have issues with our back, well, I shouldn't say a lot. Some of the times when we have issues with our back, it is just a lack of core strength. So when we strengthen our core, it helps support and protect our back. But if you have existing problems, you definitely want to go see a doctor and get that checked out to make sure you can do a yoga practice. So we're going to start first with plain old crunches to help strengthen our core. When we do crunches, I want you to have enough room underneath your chin to fit your fist, and hands are going to be lightly back behind our head. We're not going to do a lot. You can always add more. So if you're doing this video on your own at home, after each set of exercises, you can pause and do as many as you would like, then push play again to continue on. So we'll just do a couple of sets of these right now. But go ahead and lay back. I'm going to turn slightly sideways. So you have enough room underneath your chin to fit your fist. We're lengthening our head, bringing our hands back behind. We're not going to try to come up very high. So holding my head off the floor like this, I'm just going to come up a little bit and back down. So what I want you to feel is not, oh wow, I'm making a six-pack. What I want you to feel is the muscle contracting and feeling challenged. So we're not pulling on our head. We're not letting our jaw lead. So we're trying to let our chest lead on the lift. And again, if you're more comfortable and you feel challenged staying real low, then stay real low. If you need to come up a little bit more, coming up a little bit more. Now you can just lift like this and maybe do 3 sets of whatever number you choose. 3 sets of 10, If you're just starting, maybe 3 sets of 5. If you are an exerciser, use your judgment. You know when your muscles are feeling challenged. You can also go side to side. You can extend an arm and reach to the outside of that leg. If you want more sensation, you can bring your legs up and crunch up like this. You can bring them halfway down. So there's all kinds of ways you can play with a crunch to help start strengthening your core. And good, come on up just a little bit. Stretch back out, see how that feels. And good, let's move around to all fours. So on all fours, pulling your shoulders back and down your spine. I'm going to move to my fists because I'm healing a wrist. So rounding your spine up for cat. And look up cow. Cat. And cow. Keep moving just like this. Let's do 4 more. So 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. And good. Go ahead and bring your spine back to neutral. So this is one of my favorite exercises. It doesn't really have a name. It works the transverse abdominis, and that's the muscles underneath your rectus abdominis. It acts like a girdle for our body. It's a very challenging exercise, but it's easy to do. It's an isometric contraction, so you're going to be on all fours. You want to keep your back real flat, looking straight down, and all you're going to do is pull your belly in as hard as you can pull it in. And we're going to try to hold that for a minute. And you can do it several times a day. I'm trying to see if you can see my back. Really pull it in. If you're doing this in a flow in a workout for you, maybe try holding it 3 times for 1 minute each time. We're still holding it in. Pull it in harder, so you're pulling your belly button and your low belly in as hard as you can pull them in and hold them. And relax it down. Come on back up. Same thing again. Pull your belly button in as hard as you can pull it in. Hold it. Now when we're here, watch what your shoulders are doing too. You want to really focus on pulling your shoulders down your spine. Pulling your belly button in real hard. Pulling the low belly in. Trying to keep your back from rounding up because it wants to round up when we start pulling the belly in. If you have weaker abdominal muscles, you may find that you start swaying your back. So if you're not really sure what you're doing, either move in front of a mirror or have someone watch your back during this. So really pulling shoulders down, pulling your belly in as hard as you can. And set it back. So that was 2 minutes total. Let's try 1 more for 1 more minute. Holding it here again. Pulling your shoulders down your spine, pulling your belly in real hard. Hold it. Noticing how muscles may start relaxing after about 20 seconds. Or 30 seconds, they start to relax just a little bit. Really keep re-engaging those muscles. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Smile real big. Keep the belly pulled in, 15 more seconds. And good, stretch back child's pose. So in our child's pose, we're gonna take wide legs. So take your knees out wide, drop your body down. So this should feel good. If you have knee concerns, it may not be a real good choice for you, but just see how it feels. Stretching way out, walk your hands over to the left. Walking your hands over to the right. And good, coming back up. Alrighty, go ahead and move to your side. We're going to do a side plank. I'm going to give you a lot of different options. We're going to hold it in a forearm. So you've got an option of staying on right knee, extending that left leg out, dropping a hand here, and extending an arm up. This is a nice modified side plank. And again, you would have your hand flat. I'm just healing your wrist. So holding it here, you can add a little bit of a challenge, picking that leg up. But this is just as effective as bringing the bottom leg up. But just for today, we're going to drop down to our forearm. So I've got my feet staggered. You can stick them right on top of each other. Does not really matter, just whichever feels best to you. See how that feels? Really squeezing your belly in tight. Drop it down. And again, you can hold this for longer if this is a good choice for you. Go ahead and drop down to the other side. And again, choosing your option, what works best for you, lifting it up and extending that arm. Now this arm can stay down here. It doesn't have to go up. It can move wherever you want it to be. Drop it back down. And good, come on in, stretched out. Now people ask me, how long should I hold a plank? It's really up to you. You can hold it for 3 inhales. You can hold it and use it as a strengthener after your core gets stronger, and see if you can hold it and just keep adding a little bit of time. But listen to your body. When you start to get tired, you don't want to do these more challenging poses for a longer period of time, because we end up losing our form and then we can get hurt. Walk your hands over to the left, keeping your right butt cheek down as you reach to your left. So, and as you've noticed, we're not putting these poses together in a flow, but the next two we are going to use as a flow. Walk it over to the other side. And good, go ahead and come on up to standing. So, when we do standing poses, especially balance poses, I want you to focus on how you're standing on your feet. So pretending we have 4 edges to our feet, the 2 in the front, 2 in the back, I want you to stand evenly on your foot. Okay, so standing on, I'm not going to mirror you, so standing on your left foot, take that right foot, put it on your calf. Now once you get it there, this hip wants to go out, push this leg in to the bottom of this foot. So if this is pretty comfortable for you, stay here. If you're more comfortable with your foot, oops, 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 slippery pants, you can pull them up higher if that's a better choice for you. The only place we don't want it is right on our knee. So I'm going to keep mine down here because I really want you to focus on pushing that standing leg into the bottom of this foot, trying to keep our hip bones level. And switch sides. Push, push, push. Open this up because it is a hip opening pose. So now we know how to do tree, we're going to move to an airplane, and with airplane we just take that foot straight back. So come to the front of your mat, pick up your left leg for a tree pose. Gyan Mudra, remember mudras are just hand yoga, so pointer, finger, and thumb together, tree, and flex your left foot, bring it back. You can be up here real high in an airplane, or you can drop down lower. Bring it right back to tree, and set it down to mountain pose. Big breath in, stretch on up. Exhale, drop down, forward fold. Reverse swan dive back up, big breath in. Bring it back into the heart center. Pick up your right foot. Set it right there on your calf, pushing that left leg into the bottom of your foot. Pull your low belly in tight. Take that right foot back for airplane. Wherever your airplane is, bring it back up to tree, and set it down. So that's something you can easily do over and over again. It's a good strengthener for your core. So facing this way, you just go from tree, bringing it back, oops, got a chair back there, back to your airplane, wherever that happens to be, back into tree, switching sides, into tree, back into your airplane, back into tree. Alrighty, now let's go ahead and lay down on our belly. So moving into an extended locust. In a locust pose, normally we have our nose on the floor and hands underneath our legs. But today, we're going to use this as a strengthener for our back, which it is, but we're going to just keep our arms up. So I want you to start down low, pick up your feet first. Hands can stay just like this, and you can make a little pillow for your forehead. See how that feels to your low back. Just barely lifting my feet up, I feel a tightening in my back. And it's more of a muscle working tightening. And if you can, extend the arms out. Drop back down. Move your hips side to side just a little bit. Stretch it back out again. Holding it, trying not to hold your breath. And bring it right back down. And last one, reach it up. And bring it right back down. Go ahead and push up. Have a seat. So nice, easy twist for our back. Taking your right hand, put it on the outside of your left leg. Take your left hand, right back behind you, look over that left shoulder. Take a deep breath in, come halfway back, big breath in. And exhale, look back. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Look over the right shoulder. Take the left hand to the outside of that right leg. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale, come slightly back. Exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Come back center. Nice, easy seated position, pulling your shoulders back and down. Remembering that when you do yoga, when you do your practice is different every time, and you're always listening to your body, honoring your body where you are each day, and knowing that each day is perfect for you that day. So I hope this was helpful, and namaste.